The first thing Sharon Horgan does when I bring up the heartbreak I felt watching the new season of Bad Sisters is to apologize. No, one of my favorite shows of 2022 hasn't gone down the toilet in terms of quality in Season 2, but the end of the second new episode, now available on Apple TV+, delivers a gut punch by killing off a major character. After spending all of the first season waiting and cheering to see how John Paul Williams, aka the prick class Bang, would bite the bullet, it is the opposite feeling watching the recently remarried Grace, Anne-Mary Duff, flip her vehicle and not make it out alive. Sure, it didn't look like anyone could survive the impact of the crash. And yet part of me wondered whether there was a chance she would pull through. Cut to the flashing blue lights arriving at Eva Garvey's Horgan home with Grace's daughter Blanity in the backseat of the squad car. As soon as the police officer utters the words, "I'm so sorry," and Blanity's crumpled, teary gaze meets her aunt's face, the raw anguish confirms there will be no miracle. The Daily Beast Obsessed recently sat down with Horgan, Eva Berthisel, who plays middle sister Ursula, and Grace herself and Mary Duff to discuss this unexpected exit, the ripple effect caused by JP's death, the growing list of secrets and moments of sisterly joy before this devastating twist. One concern I had about Bad Sisters coming back is that it would follow the same diminishing returns footsteps of faves like Big Little Lies and Killing Eve, which couldn't repeat the creative highs of their debut outings. Thankfully, Horgan isn't echoing those disappointments. Season 2 pushes the story forward while maintaining the mix of humor and serious subject matter that makes it so appealing. We dealt with a lot of really dark stuff in Season 1. It's just because it had this sort of caper driving it, trying to kill this guy, failing. It didn't seem quite so dark, Horgan says. Jesus, we dealt with all sorts really brutal moments. Whereas the JP murder plot was adapted from the Flemish limited series Clan, the sophomore outing is an entirely original storyline from co-creator Horgan. But before you fire off angry missives, killing Grace isn't a decision Horgan took lightly. I was nervous about it, and I went back and forth. She was dead, and then I was like, no, we're not going to do that, Horgan says. Then it was honestly the only way I could see us moving forward with the story where the sisters felt like they had a purpose, where the show felt different, where it felt like Bad Sisters in its DNA, but it was doing something entirely different. Set 2 years after JP's death, the Garveys have seemingly got on with their lives. Grace is getting remarried to Ian Riley, Owen McDonnell, a man who gets on with her sisters. Ursula is divorced and dating. Eva is working her way through the challenges of middle age with a menopause coach. Bibi, Sarah Green, is talking about expanding her family. And Becca, a shop garden which was located outside London, is in a new relationship after things with insurance agent Matt Claflin didn't work out. Horgan broke the bad news to Duff in advance. I did know before the scripts arrived, but I didn't know the minutiae, Duff says. It was tough for the rest of the cast, even though the overall storyline put distance between the characters. In Season 1, a lot of Grace's storyline was away from the rest of the sisters, so there was this natural thing that happened where we felt slightly removed from Anne-Mary because we didn't see her as much on set, Berthisel says. But the reality was that we were talking about Grace all the time. It felt like her presence was always there.